Let me take you on a journey spanning all 3 games and ultimately leading to the biggest glitches that make Spyro not just overpowered, but superpowered. Let's begin with the glitch that started it all, faerie storage. This one is only in the original disc version of the game, and it's pretty powerful. After you free a dragon, a faerie appears in its place with a talk menu used to replay the cutscene. I noticed that sometimes you can talk to the faerie from pretty far away, so I got to work. If you jump at the same time as you open the menu, then dismiss it to glide away from the faerie's talk range, and then talk again, you'll be able to retain the ability to open the faerie's menu until you leave or reload the level, or go back to the faerie's range. This menu gives you a bunch of useful effects in every level that has a dragon statue in it. There's invincibility while the menu is open, and playing multiple cutscenes at the same time.
Hi, Spyro.
Cool. Where's Nasty? Do that again. I'll torch him.
The artisan's boss is through a portal behind me.
You can
challenge him now, if
Do you know
feel
what the
you are ready.
dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
But most importantly, you're able to regain control of Spyro at will.
Hi, Spyro.
This affects everything from just being able to continue flaming endlessly, to camera control in loading screens, charging out of balloons, and moving during cutscenes. Sometimes the game prevents you from pausing, and faerie storage lets you restore that in some cases. During the faerie kiss sequence, there's a small window in which you have the super flame form, but the timer hasn't started yet. If you use faerie storage to exit the level in that window of time, you will remain in this super flame form, fully functional, until you die or fast travel using the guidebook. This works in both levels with the super flame form.
Spyro.
With this you can break chests easier, fight bosses safer, and just be generally super powered. Whenever you talk to someone, you lose control and the dialog window opens. Naturally, this is easy to store on the PS4 version by pausing at the same time as talking to someone, but doing so often results in a soft lock. A safe way to use this storage is to fast travel using the guidebook, or exit the level if you're inside one. What happens is, the cutscene gets cancelled, which immediately gives back control to Spyro. Now, you can't really do much inside a loading screen, but the fun starts when the level is nearly fully loaded. The game is hard-coded to not let you pause if there's no level that's fully loaded, and you already have full control of the Spyro at the moment, so as soon as the level is loaded but not activated, you can pause the game before a single frame of the level happens. In speedways and flights, quitting on the first frame of the level puts you in the results menu state, while you remain in control of Spyro with a locked camera. This can also be done using faerie storage.
Spyro.
In Spyro 2 levels that start with a video cutscene, you can exit the level before the video starts to retain its functionality outside its intended level. If the hub level loads before the cutscene ends, Spyro will teleport far out of bounds into the loading skybox once the video is over. These kind of portable cutscene effects can be used in more ways, which you'll see next. Where to even start with this one? Level storage can be done in all three games, with different methods and effects in each game. But the idea is the same, to load and activate two levels at the same time, keep one in memory, and fix any softlocks that may arise. It would be best to show it in action. Enter Crush's dungeon and pause on the first frame of entering the level, then select Exit Level. Skip the following cutscene as fast as possible. Good job, now you're soft-locked in the loading limbo. Here you can see both the hub level and the boss level loaded at the same time. Now that you know the game can handle that, the only question is, how do you get rid of the softlock? Well, for starters, in Spyro 2 you don't skip the cutscene, as the game already started loading the hub level as the cutscene began. Once the hub level is active, you're back in control of Spyro. Luckily, when that happens, you will always exit out of the Speedway level's portal, which is exactly what's needed to not softlock. From there, you enter the Speedway portal, load it in time, fall down to open the results menu, then press retry and skip the cutscene immediately after. This is the only way to respawn in the boss level correctly instead of in the limbo. The boss level is a bit broken now, but dying fixes it and solidifies the level storage. Now that you have a Speedway level stored, you're basically superpowered. You get free flight, supercharge, and a timer upon spawning. The Speedway level stays loaded in memory until it's entered again, so you're free to switch games or start new files and still have level storage. Naturally, there's plenty to do with this, from exploring out of bounds to enjoying the skyboxes. On top of that, one interesting effect is the timer. Depending on whether you've beaten the original stored level, you'll either have 30 seconds or 10 minutes to explore before the out of time screen appears. Retrying puts Spyro in the area where the stored Speedway's objects are. They can be used as normal, giving you extra gems in any level, or even an orb, but once the objects are used once, they don't respawn. Let's extend this knowledge to level portals. Retrying while entering a level transition will put all dynamic objects inside the same area as the speedway objects, letting you create some custom speedway challenges. And if you time it correctly, it also lets you see the main level without those objects as well. Taking you to Spyro 3, in Frozen Altars you can find the boxing Bentley right outside the main level. And Spyro can actually flame him to death. If you enter the boxing area at the right time, you'll respawn in the main level as him for a short while, before the dialogue starts. Interesting how this version of Bentley has a centered camera instead of over the shoulder. In Spyro 1, there's this debug trigger in Peacekeepers found by Steve Blockhead, which can be used while on a balloon ride. This is only possible with faerie storage though, but if you time the menu selection correctly, you will end up in the level you chose initially, with the level selected in the debug menu stored. Once again, dev abuse to make it permanent. Now you're able to recollect everything in a loaded hub, and even make it count towards the stored level's progress, letting you duplicate gems, dragons, and eggs. Going to a stored level deactivates all non-collectible objects, letting you enter the castle at the start of the game, or even enter Nasty's world levels early. Or you can finally find out what would happen if you activated 2 dragon statues at the same time.
Nasty's ancient history now.
You're
So,
in
what's in
Nasty's
there?
world now,
I
Spyro.
believe this is
And you are the
Nasty's
dragon that
treasure
must
hoard.
defeat him. But the
Bring
gates
him
will
on.
only open
I'm
if
ready.
you have found
Reach
everything
the
in the
exit
Dragon
in
Kingdom.
each of
Nasty's
Come back
lands.
when you have
Then
reached
you can challenge the
100%.
Nork himself.
In Spyro 3's hubs, you can use nearby NPCs to regain control on the transport, and then do the pausing part as usual. The hub level ends up almost loaded, so you have to wait a few seconds, then skip the cutscene to make it work correctly.
You bumbling, idiotic, worthless fool!
Then you defabuse and finish the boss fight all the same to store the hub level. The way level storage works in Spyro 3 is a bit unclear, but the general sense is this: depending on your actions after beating the boss, different levels will be in a broken state upon entering. This can break every level in Spyro 3. Entering the stored level will always get rid of non-collectible objects and triggers, that much hasn't changed. Another weird effect, and this is something I've never seen a glitch do before, is that it improves load times in Spyro 2 and 3. Something about the hub being loaded at all times makes the game completely skip loading elements already included in that hub, I guess. So, in what way do levels break? Well, it varies a lot, but these are the general rules. NPCs don't function and cutscenes don't trigger while a level is broken. The level can be fixed by switching zones, broken again by dying. You will always spawn as Spyro, and the game considers you to be in the main level at that point. Hubs have all levels unlocked, however side characters' levels have cages blocking the entrances. So this whole broken state comes from the main level being deactivated in favor of the stored level until you switch zones. All of this leads to some levels being unbeatable in this state, but a lot of new places can be explored now. It turns out speedways have special exit portals that only appear in this state. Best of all, you can play as Spyro in all the side character sections and levels. There are even dynamic music tracks in some of them. The Sparks levels in particular are quite massive in size. You still seem to be limited to the ground though. If only you could store multiple levels at the same time. Well, it turns out you can. The game can clearly handle a lot, so if you can manage to store both a Spyro 2 Speedway and a Spyro 3 hub without restarting the game, you'll be able to freely fly in the side character levels. There are still mysteries surrounding level storage, but it's kinda expected from being such a powerful glitch. And now, for the biggest and most game-breaking glitch of them all. Just kidding, it's only a meme. Jump down here, pause while you're falling, and exit the level. And now we've got animation storage. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, consider joining this channel to support it, and subscribe to be notified when new videos come out. See ya!